Okay, I'm going to talk to you about how to upload a journal assignment, a written assignment, effectively in this course. The first thing you need to do, you've already been in the course, you've already seen the apex, you've already navigated, you've learned how to do things, but you might be having trouble figuring out exactly how to navigate between apex and D2L when it comes to what to put where. So, you've already been to apex and you've seen that you've got this assignment. It's a journal assignment and it's called 1.1.1. And you've clicked on this assignment and you've seen here's your journal. But you're not quite sure how you're supposed to complete or submit this assignment. So if we go back into the course, you will see that there is a place where you can learn how to submit written work. On this first page for the Unit 1, the short story Part 1, you can see you have your interactive lessons and your discussion boards. And then if I scroll down a little bit more, maybe. If I scroll down a little bit more, you can see where to turn in your written work. This is Journal 1.1.1, which is the same as the assignment that you're working on here, which is 1.1.1 Journal. So we're going to go into the course, we're going to see how to upload it. So if I click on 1.1.1 Journal, Building Suspense, it tells me exactly how I need to complete and submit this assignment. And I can even submit it from this specific page. It tells me to download the journal prompt worksheet from your interactive lessons. That's what this page is. I downloaded it. That is it. And then it says we're going to create a document called your name _ journal _ 1 _ 1 _ 1, because that coincides with the title of what this journal is. So I'm going to go now into that. I'm going to copy the title name here because it's easier. So I highlight it and I push Control C. And then I'm going to open up a Microsoft Word document like it tells me to. And I'm going to call this document your name _ journal yada yada yada. So I'm going to put my name because that's who's sending it right now. We're pretending. So this is what I'm going to put here. I'm also going to highlight this again. I'm going to save this as my document file name too. So I'm going to go File, Save As, and I'll save it to, I guess I'll just save it to my desktop right now so that we can use this as an example. I'm going to save it as Misty Mapes _ journal _ 1 _ 1 _ 1. So I've got this document saved. I haven't completed it yet, but now I know where my document is, and I've done what the instructions have told me to do so far. Now, number 3 tells me to copy and paste the prompts into the document and then type your responses. So I need to go back into this journal and copy the prompt along with, and then put it into the document. So I'm going to do a Control A. That selects everything on this screen. Control C copies it, and then over here in Microsoft Word, I'm going to click on Control V. That pastes it all into this document. At the bottom of this document, I'm going to start typing my response. If you noticed, the question is, they're telling us to think of a suspenseful movie and then explain how that movie created suspense. And it tells us to think about certain elements, and we need to write at least a half a page reflecting on how the movie built that suspense. I'm going to tell you right now that MLA style requires us right now to use Times New Roman font and size 12. We're also expected to use 1-inch margins, so we want to make sure that our margins are set at 1 inch, and usually it defaults to that. And then we start typing our response here. A great movie that I once watched was blah blah blah, and it was full of suspense because of these elements, and I'm going to type a whole half page about this, and then I'm going to save it. I can either click up here on the save icon, I can go to File and save that way, or I can click Control S and save it that way. Regardless, now I've finished my assignment for pretend. I'm going to go back and see what the assignment the instructions tell me to do now. Number 4 says remember to use spell check and school appropriate language and topics. So I'm going to pretend now that I have already done all of that. I've proofread it and it's just the way I want it to be. I've saved the document on my computer, and now I click on add a file below. Well, it turns out that these instructions are a little bit erroneous. We need to actually, instead of clicking on add a file, we need to click on upload. This button right here allows us to upload. We find the file that we're looking for. I'm going to go to my desktop where I saved it. Locate my file. Whoops. I'm having a hard time navigating myself here with my touch screen. I have found the file. It's Misty Mapes _ journal _1 and it's the right file, so I'm going to click on open. And I'm not done yet. At this point I scroll down and I can write something in the comments box if I want to. Here's my journal. I hope you like it. And then I have to click submit to Dropbox. If I don't click submit to Dropbox, then I have not finished this yet. And now I have successfully submitted to the Dropbox. Notice that I have the correct title right here, journal 1 _ 1 and I have submitted it to the correct Dropbox. Always double check 1.1.1. Make sure that you're not submitting it to the wrong Dropbox, because I cannot grade your assignment if you turn it into the wrong Dropbox. It won't allow me to give you feedback on an unsubmitted assignment, and it assumes that it's unsubmitted if it's submitted to the wrong Dropbox. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, but in a nutshell, this is how you do it.